Let's now bring you up to date with what's happening in the United Kingdom. Boris Johnson decided to resign. We told you this 24 hours ago. A lot has happened since then. A debate has started involving Johnson's current role. Should Johnson stay on as the interim Prime Minister or should he leave immediately? Let's first listen in to some reactions.
And he's staying on until we get a new Prime Minister. I don't agree, but I think there's no option because you can't run the country without a Prime Minister and government.
General election will do no good because Labour will come in.
Since the Conservatives still have majority in the House, there is really no question of an election. Johnson's replacement will have to be chosen from within the party. The Conservatives will have to elect a new leader who will go on to become the British Prime Minister. And when will that happen? The party is expected to draw up a timeline by Monday. The selection process, though, is clear. It will involve two steps. First, the Tory lawmakers will have to shortlist candidates. The final two will face a ballot. Conservatives aim to have a winner by October. Boris Johnson wants to stay on till then, but there are some Tories who do not want to wait that long. They want Johnson to leave immediately and hand over the office to a caretaker Prime Minister. The next question, who will be the caretaker Prime Minister? There is no hard rule here. Dominic Raab, the Deputy Prime Minister, is likely to be considered as the ideal candidate for the post. Raab has previously stood in for Johnson when he was recovering from the Wuhan virus. There are also suggestions that former Prime Minister Theresa May could be asked to be the interim leader. After all, she is familiar with the top job. But Johnson does not want to give way to a caretaker PM. He wants to serve till a replacement has been named.
Well, there's no such thing as a caretaker Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has made it clear he will stand down from his role as party leader and Prime Minister when his successor is chosen.
This was James Cleverly. He is a part of Johnson's new cabinet. That's right, the Prime Minister named a new cabinet even after his resignation to fill in the vacancies resulting from the mass quitting. What powers does Boris Johnson have currently? Johnson's government agreed to deliver on pre-agreed policies and the manifesto commitments. The Downing Street spokesperson said that Johnson will not be making any big changes, especially on tax and spending fronts. This is John Major. He is a senior member of the Conservative Party, also Britain's former Prime Minister. Major released a letter saying it is quote-unquote unwise and unsustainable for Johnson to stay in office for up to 3 months. Other popular faces like former ministers Nick Gibb, George Freeman have joined this call. Another Tory MP wrote on Twitter that Johnson has to go, and go means go. Johnson and his men do not agree.
Well, let's think about the alternative. The Prime Minister has said he is standing down when his replacement is chosen. That is now set. That process is happening. I don't think that it would be appropriate for us, whether we're around the cabinet table or in any other part of the British government, just to kind of down tools and say, actually, you know what, we're not going to do anything until the new boss is in place. We have a duty, and our duty is to govern.
Experts, however, fear that the situation is not workable, that Johnson is not cut out to be a lie low and serve as an interim Prime Minister.
I think, however, there is a problem with Boris Johnson in the sense that as a caretaker, you're really expected to practically say or do nothing, just keep the ship of state afloat. And Boris Johnson doesn't strike me as a natural candidate for that kind of role. And of course, I think there is actually quite a lot of antipathy, frustration, hostility now within the Conservative Party to Boris Johnson, given what he's put them through. And I suspect some of them will want him gone straight away. And to be honest, I think a lot of the public will want to see him gone straight away. They don't want to see him hanging around like a bad smell in Downing Street.
So what happens till October is anybody's guess. The jury is also out on what happens in October. Who will replace Boris Johnson as the British Prime Minister? Will it be former Chancellor Rishi Sunak, former Health Secretary Sajid Javid? Will it be the Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, the Trade Minister Penny Mordaunt, Chancellor Nadhim Zahawi, Conservative MP Jeremy Hunt, or will it be someone else? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.